Hi Johan, so this is the Human Rights Education Network news, and we're just going to ask you some questions about human rights education in Amnesty Malaysia.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Yohendra Nadarajan. I was the HRE coordinator from 2007 to 2009 at Amnesty International Malaysia, and after that I've been part of the board of AI Malaysia overlooking HRE. So HRE is something dear to me, and yeah, I've been in HRE since 2007 until now. So quite some time now, doing workshops and seminars and whatnot for HRE in Malaysia.
So what's interesting, what's exciting and special about human rights education in Malaysia this year?
Well, Amnesty Malaysia, we've been working a lot with youths. Youth has been our main constituents actually. We target a lot of workshops. We invest in youth because we see youth as the future, and they are the ones who will bring more members, their friends, into human rights field. It could be various ways, but that's where we plan to invest in the youths of in Malaysia.
Well, I've heard a lot about how the youth in Malaysia are very well connected and online. I was wondering, how do you use communications technologies for human rights education?
Okay, Amnesty Malaysia has been using new technologies. When I say new technologies, it means you could use Facebook, you could use Twitter, blogs, anything online basically, and that is actually our strength at AI Malaysia, how to use video cameras, digital cameras, those kind of things, and how to use the internet to upload those things to make a real impact. And we also work with the Asia Pacific Youth Network, APYN, which is a regional youth network coordinated by the office in Hong Kong, and they regularly have Skype workshops over Skype. So those are tools we can use to reach out to youths, not necessarily in the physical, the old sense of the classroom, but you can do it virtually online, have global petitions and things like that. So we've been using Facebook for quite some time, and that's been really good, like how we get our activists to load, make theatre performances, or upload any human rights abuses on Facebook, because that's where you get maximum coverage, because people tend to upload something and it goes viral. Viral means it just passes on to another person, and then next thing you know, there's 1,000, 100,000 people looking at a certain video clip, and that creates an awareness on a certain issue. So that is one thing we are proud of. And internet, I mean, we are from the global south, Malaysia, and I have to say that I think the internet penetration in Malaysia is pretty high actually. If I'm not mistaken, the government says that we have about 80% internet penetration in Malaysia, so that's a pretty high number. And basically internet is accessed by youths, and they are the ones pioneering it, not those elder generation. So kids nowadays as young as 7, 8 have their own mobile phones, and some of them are actually using smartphones, and the government of Malaysia encourages people to use new technologies. They have rebates on internet for students. The government gives rebate. They subsidize smartphones, So those are things where youths can use to access. If you use it to put it to good use, those tools can become a great tool to disseminate human rights actions or information. Yeah.
And I think Malaysia was part of the Rights Education Action Project program. And how have you moved on since then, since 2009 in your HRE activities?
Okay, Malaysia, we had funding from the Rights Education Action Program by AI Norway for 3 years, 2007 up to 2009. And the moment in 2010, we didn't actually have a grant for HRE. So unfortunately, we had to let go of the position of a HRE coordinator. We don't have a dedicated HRE coordinator before this. But our membership and campaigns coordinator has stepped up somewhat. It's an overlap of some of their work as well as our volunteers, our trainers whom we have trained earlier, part of the REAP project. They've come back and contributed towards the growth of HRE and AI in Malaysia. And even though without budget, of course, certain things we package it under certain campaigns or certain special projects. Like, for example, in conjunction with the 50th anniversary of Amnesty International in 2011, we had this special youth ambassador project whereby we adopted 50 youths, and we did a HRE program with them, 3 workshops with them, and basically after the workshops they had creative activism. We tried to make it as interactive as possible for them, for youths. And they, after the whole workshops, the 3 workshops, they actually went out on field trips, organizing HRE events themselves, organizing concerts, organizing plays, and they reached out to over 1,000 youths in Malaysia. So I think that is the effect we want, investing in youth through HRE, and then getting the numbers whereby over 1,000 people attended all our events over 4 weekends. And I think we also collected about 700 members, so that speaks a lot. Investing in 50 people and getting back 700 members and more than 1,000 youths or people attending our activities, when the youth ambassadors actually went to the different states to conduct their activities. So I think that's how we progress. That's why we say youth is the way to go.
Well, that's really interesting. And I mean, what else have you got planned? What's your real priority? Do you have a top priority for HRE in 2013? Is there a big activity this year?
Basically, at the moment we are facing some restructuring at AI Malaysia, so we are trying to excuse me, we are trying to carry out the works that we have. Ideally, optimally we should have 5 staff in the office, but due to unforeseen circumstances we only have 2 at the moment. So the board members and other members, AI Malaysia members, are chipping in to support the office. So we don't have much big plans this year per se until we get the new director in, but we are trying to sustain all our HRE workshops and to ensure that we don't lose whatever momentum we have gained now, but just to ensure that everything, we maintain status quo until the new director comes in, and whereby we can plan for bigger things and apply for bigger grants. But I just like to share that this is actually some of the news coverage that we had with the 50 youth ambassadors. So this is a newspaper clipping. There are actually other clippings, and we had somewhat media coverage over the 50 youth ambassadors. We came out in newspapers, we came out in the news, we were on the radio, so we managed to generate publicity through our HRE work with the 50 youth ambassadors. So we just want to sustain that at the moment, and to maintain that the 50 youths to which we invested our expertise in to continue reaching out to other youths as well.
Well, thank you very much. It was really great to hear from you and from what's going on in Malaysia. Thanks very much, Johan.
Thank you.